Hello, everybody, and welcome to my new series that's going to be running alongside my current one. Uh, I'm going to be running a series on Project Ozone 3. This is one of my favorite mod packs that I've ever played. It's a Skyblock clone, kind of similar to Sky Factory, but it is a lot more fun, in my opinion. I've had a lot of fun playing this pack on my own. I've had a lot of fun playing this pack with my friends. And I figured that since I've been playing a bunch of Stoneblock 3, or Stoneblock 4, I would go ahead and give myself a little bit of a challenge. I want to try and beat Project Ozone 3 on its hardest difficulty. Now, as you can see, you've got your different pack modes here, as is common with a lot of mod packs like this. You got normal, Titan, Kappa, and of course the hardest difficulty, the one that I'm going to be playing on, Mythic. It makes a lot of recipe changes, and just a whole lot of stuff is different from the base pack, which I have actually beaten before. So I figured, just to keep myself sane, I would start playing this alongside Stoneblock, so that I have, two different things to focus on. So if I get burnt out of Stoneblock, or if I get burnt out of Project Ozone, I can put a little more effort into the other one and hopefully not hit a creative wall, because that is very common with me. So we're gonna go ahead and name this Project Ozone. If I could spell Project Ozone 3 Mythic. We're gonna set the world type to Garden of Glass so that we get the Skyblock Island. We're gonna hit type Mythic in the seed just for the fuck of it, and we are going to turn on cheats for things like /back or /spawn, stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and create. I just hit cancel. All right, nice one, dumbass. Redo all of that. Man, I just cannot spell. Mythic. Okay. Alright. Boom. Done. World created. I'm currently recording this at 3 in the morning because I cannot sleep, and I figured I would do something productive with my evening. So, I apologize if I seem a little out of it. It's because I am. But yeah, this is one of my favorite packs that I've ever played. This is actually where a lot of my technical know-how in modded Minecraft comes from, because I've played hundreds of hours on this pack. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my prior worlds to, showcase or whatever, but I promise you I have, and it will be fairly obvious, because unlike Stoneblock 4, I will be a lot more knowledgeable, and I will get through some of these quests a lot faster. So as you can see, we've spawned in a void world here with a nice little Skyblock Island with pretty much everything I could ever need. We have so right here, I've made this mistake many times. This little light thingy here, this little, I believe this is a spark from Britannia. We do not want to break this, as much as it might look like it's going to be in the way. You do not want to break this, because this actually allows you to make a larger trees than you normally would. It forces the growth of the large trees. So we do not want to break this. Interestingly enough, my typing Mythic as my seed puts me in a modded biome called the Corallium Infested Swamp. This does not bode well for me. More on that later, as it will become probably rather apparent if I recall what that does. Anywho, in our inventory here, we've got an open computers manual. I've never touched that a day in my life. We have the Lexica Botanica, which is not really going to be helpful for a very long time. And then we have our quest book here, which I actually have bound to right alt to open up for my quest book, just because it's easier to have a keybind for it. And then also I have a ability bottle. These are, you can get an ability for XP. Like this one, entities in the area move slower. Unfortunately, this isn't the greatest one. But oh well. I don't ever actually wind up using these anyways, so not horribly worried about it. Anywho, first things first. We do not have that much space, so I am going to go ahead and... Oh, what is up with that texture? I'm going to go ahead and dig down to the bedrock here. So I'm going to block out this water because I will get... It will be very easy to get some in just a second. And we're going to mine up these living roots. Hope that I get the stuff that comes out of them. You got enough. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a little platform out of dirt here. Oh. That's not... I'm not getting that one back. Why did I dig down all the way down here? I don't know why. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to live with it. Anyways, I guess that piece of dirt is just... Oh my god. Okay, so there is a mod in here that allows you to look right underneath a block, and if you right-click, it will place under the block, which is what keeps causing me to do that. I completely forgot that mod existed. That's on me. So, we're going to go ahead and do this and save these last few pieces of dirt because I'm not going to wind up using them. So, in the quest lines, one of my favorite things about this pack is actually it allows you to look ahead. Unlike in Stone Block 4, where I can only see the current quest lines, this actually allows me to see everything, including, you know, the super duper spooky, I believe it's an Omega actually, the super duper spooky everything achievement. So, anywho, we are not going to be looking there today. Instead, we are going to be looking under questline Alpha. So, one of the main currency types in this mod pack is the RAK, otherwise known as Random Acts of Kindness. This is basically the currency, the main currency in this game. You can spend it in here, and I believe you can also trade it with a certain NPC you can get later on, for some really good items, such as a flight totem, or one of the best weapons in the entire game. Anywho, we're going to check this little checkbox and get some goodies. That sound will play every single time that I complete an achievement. I would suggest getting used to it. So, gonna plop that down and get to crouch growing. And just like that, like I said earlier, this spark forces large tree growth, and that it has. So I'm going to go ahead and mine up, actually, before I do anything stupid, let me just double check FTB, pack mode. Is it just pack mode? Yeah, it is. Okay, it is just pack mode. Current pack mode is Mythic. Okay, so it is just tied to my client. So one of the biggest early game changes is oakwood here. If I take this oakwood and I throw it in a crafting bench, according to normal Minecraft rules, it will turn into 4 oakwood planks. However, according to Kappa mode, it turns into 1. If that doesn't set the tone for this mod pack, I don't know what does. Because it is there's a lot of changes that will throw you for a loop. We're going to go ahead and vein mine all of this wood here and hope that at least some apples land on the platform. No, they did not. Alright. Wow, I keep trying to go up here for my quest book. I'm really just stone block coded right now. So, completing the very first quest here, or quest actually number 0, has unlocked the next 2. Wood Age, which requires us to get 4 logs, 1 sapling, 8 apples, and a wooden crook. And then right-clicking wants us to make 64 cobblestone and 1 furnace. Now, the main reason this is all possible to do, 64 cobble seems like a fairly tall ask for such an early point in a series. However, I promise you it is not. That is because of Botania. We are in a Garden of Glass world, which means that if I crouch and right-click with an empty hand on bare dirt, it will spawn pebbles. Now, that takes a lot of time, especially when you need a ton of cobble. So the one of the things I will be doing is I will be using an auto clicker here just to save here and there, just to save myself time on, you know, clicking, because my wrist and my editing time will thank me. So we're just going to turn on my auto clicker here, and I think I have it set to the wrong thing. My auto clicker's hotkey got changed. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong key. Of course it is. There we go. Alright, so we're going to turn it on, and bada bing, bada boom. Just like that, I've got almost enough pebbles. Now, I know this might feel a little bit like cheating, but I cannot be bothered to, especially later on in the pack, I cannot be bothered to sit here for 20 minutes making all of the cobble that I need. So, yeah. And just like that, you can see that I was not joking when I said it is 1 plank per piece of, or it is 1 plank per log. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a Tinker's Construct crafting station so that I can store items in here while I'm crafting. Makes my life hell of a lot easier. Okay, so I need to make a couple of sticks so that I can make a crook. And I'm going to turn the rest of this into wood. We're going to make a chest. And then I need to make a furnace. You know what? I think the furnace recipe got changed. I think it's compressed cobble. Yes, it is. It is compressed cobble for a furnace, which means that stack of cobblestone that I just made is not even enough for a furnace. It is over a stack of cobble for a furnace. Can you believe that? That's insane. Anyways, there is our first quest done. This mod pack does feature the Furnace Overhaul mod, which is one of my all-time favorite furnace mods. It's fairly similar to the Iron Furnaces mod from Stoneblock, but a little bit better. So at least as far as I've gotten in Stoneblock, though. So I could be completely wrong about that. So now I might wind up turning on the resource pack for this, even though it's a little annoying. So I'm gonna grow a couple more trees here. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Where's the spark? It's over here. Let's put you closer to the light, I guess. Yeah, so this first episode here is probably going to be a bit of a long one. Actually, I don't think much, if any, of this episode's actually going to get cut out, just because I know I'm going to wind up doing a lot of talking. And especially in the beginning here, there's not really much that needs to be cut out, because a lot of it can just be done on camera while explaining. So that's how I'm probably going to just wind up doing it. Any more apples land on the platform? No, of course not. Figures. Oh, I do not want that on my offhand. Man, you do not want to grow. Make another wooden crook here. That wasn't even a big tree. That's awesome. Alright, I keep trying to open my thing like that. That's not how that works. Oh, boy, I am tired. I suppose that is what I get for doing this at 3 in the morning. Oh, well. Man, you... Okay, you're being a pain. Is it because... Oh, you know what? I think it's taking this long because of the crafting station. Let's try that again. Okay. Really quickly, before I get all of... Before I grow this tree... Let's just turn all this wood into, oh, shit. No, it's fine. Let's turn all this wood into slabs so that I can extend my platform. I was gonna do it bottom half slab, but that's just gonna make my life really annoying, especially a lot later on. But now, if I do this... everything will be a hell of a lot easier to go ahead and, you know, collect the stuff that falls off of this tree. I am going to try and keep this my little island here as symmetrical as possible, just for my own sanity. You are being a pain, you know that? And I have holes in the fucking thing. Of course I do. Did I really... You know, had I thought about that, I wouldn't have used wood. I will wind up probably changing that in a little bit. But, that was really stupid of me. I don't know why I did that. You know why it is? Because it's 3 in the morning. Man, you really don't want to grow. Oh, there we go. Mine these up. And just like that, a lot more of the stuff fell on my platform, so I am good. You'll notice there I was just able to see inside my actual inventory. If I press Z, it brings up a little like menu here down at the bottom. It shows me my inventory, and if I press 1, 2, or 3, it actually swaps my hotbars for me, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I really love playing this pack. This is probably going to be like my favorite series to actually like do, just because I genuinely I adore this pack. It's really entertaining for me, so I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, because genuinely this is I could play this over and over and over for hours. So now we have gotten the 8 apples that we needed for this. This is going to give us a juicer and 2 glass bottles. That is actually a very important thing to get my hands on right now. So next up, it wants us to make a wooden crucible, a wooden barrel, and some clay, which I get is how I get my hands on water. So if I go ahead and do, is it not like that? Oh, no, it's not. I'm stupid. I don't know why I just did it like that. So, this is the wooden barrel. This if I remember correctly, this is the wooden crucible. What this does is this allows me to make water, which is what I need to make clay. So, let's see, what else does it want me to make? Nothing I can get my hands on right at this very moment. So, actually, that's a lie. I can plant this tree and get some silk out of it. We're gonna do that while we're waiting. I'm gonna make a crook for that while I'm also gonna make a crook for that while I'm waiting. So, what they want me to do is they want me to make some cobble. So we're gonna do that. I'm making some cobble so that I can, not like that. What am I doing? Make a stone hammer, which now will allow me to compress this down into, I believe it's dust that's required for clay. So we're gonna gravel down to sand, sand down to dust. So now, after okay, there's my string. So that is that done. So now, all I have to do is fill up this crucible with saplings. It turns these saplings into water. And these glass bottles are how I'm going to transfer the water from the crucible to here. And bada bing, bada boom, there is dust. Or there is clay. Bada bing, bada boom. There's another quest done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss down this furnace. We're going to start making some charcoal. Scoot this crafting station over. Ooh, sorry. Come on. Grow, damn it. No? Okay. Fine then. Alright, so I believe the next quest it's going to want me to do is either make a, actually no. The next quest that I do need to do is to make a sieve. Now, it tells me to make a sieve. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few, just because of what all I need, or what all I'm gonna need later. So, sieve. Let's go ahead and make the 4 there. Just toss all that in, because I don't actually need any normal wood. So we're going to go ahead and make 8, and then we're going to make a string mesh. The reason for this is because I'm going to be getting 8 string mesh back from this. So I now have 9, so I should actually make... So no, I should make a 9th sieve, but for what I'm going to be using this for, I'm only really going to want the 8 just to make my life a little easier. But I am going to go ahead and make a double chest here and just pop it down and fill it up, because I have a lot of stuff in my inventory. So I need this, this, I should keep this on me, and this. One of the best sources of food right now is going to be apples. But instead of normal apples, it's going to be cooked apples. Come on. Come on. Do it, damn it. You know what, while I can multitask. I can make some cobble while I'm... Yeah, there we go. This is going to be your least favorite sound. This is going to be one of your least favorite sounds to this entire series, because I know it's mine. Because I hate the sound of digging up pebbles. Hatred. Do not like it. So I'm going to turn these into slabs, like I should have done earlier with these, but I didn't. Actually, before I do that, that should all fall down onto the platform, but just in case. So I'm going to go out, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7, 8, 9. Let's go 9 in each direction for the main center platform here. I'm definitely not gonna have enough slabs to complete this platform right now, but I will eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Now I know where I'm going with this. Building this platform will probably be one of the main things that winds up getting cut out, or depending on what I'm doing off camera, not even recorded at all. Because as you can see, this takes freaking forever. It is a very arduous process. So. Alright, so it would seem that I may or may not have accidentally fibbed a little bit, that I would not have enough to make the platform. I did. So, the platform has been made. I'm going to clean up these slabs that are all lying around here because I can't click properly. And then we will get a little bit of a move on. So, yeah, this is probably going to wind up being about an hour long episode. There's actually a decent chance that a lot of my Project Ozone 3 videos are going to be longer. And it might seem a little unfair to Stoneblock, but it is just a matter of enjoying it more. Because as much as fun as I am having with Stoneblock, I can say without a shadow of a doubt I enjoy this one a lot more. Which is actually why I'm doing a Project Ozone 3 playthrough, is so that when I do get a little bit tired of Stoneblock, like I kind of have, because it's basically been all I've been recording, I don't just full stop because I have nothing else to do. I actually do also have some other games lined up in rotation that I can stream, or not stream, that I can record. Can I do that with a normal hammer? Yes, I can. Awesome. Yeah. What was I saying? I do have some other games that I can, toss in rotation to, liven things up, but I figured, for right now, we'd keep it focused on Minecraft just because, that's what I'm in the mood for. And, yeah. So, I have just made a shit ton of gravel. And I'm now going to take this gravel and we're going to toss it through the sieve. Sieving is essentially it's this game's version of the Unearthers. And I'm pretty sure you've all seen this quite a few times before, just because this is the most common way to do a resource production in basically every pack ever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 6 flint that I have, and I'm going to take this string mesh. We're going to make a flint stiffen mesh. This increases the odds of what ores we can get from the gravel drastically. So I'm now going to earn flint at a much higher rate, which will allow me to make more flint stiffen meshes. This is probably one of the most boring parts of the entire pack, just because you do this a lot. I actually, for a while, I had never actually figured out how to auto-save anything, so I actually, for my entire normal playthrough, I never actually bothered to learn how to make and then use the auto-savers. I do now know. I did teach myself the ways. I did not mean to click that, but okay, and I did it again. Yeah, my very first playthrough, I didn't bother to learn how to use the autosavers. Don't know why. That was a really dumb decision on my part, but I did. Now you'll notice I'm getting a bunch of ore chunks. That's because the flint mesh has a higher drop rate, or has a better loot pool actually, than the string ones. That's pretty obvious. I don't know why I'm explaining that, but in case it's not. Alright, 6 more flint. I can replace another one. Make this go even faster. Oh, my furnace is done, so let's go ahead and just make a stack of charcoal. Charcoal's good. So now I'm getting my hands on iron. So with flint stiffened meshes, it is I have a chance to get all of these different ores, but with gravel, it is a 100% chance to drop iron ore pieces. So I will always get 1 iron per 1 gravel. That's just how this works. So I will always have a surplus of iron for forever, and like I could build a new like earth core by the end of early game. That's how much iron I've got. And there's enough for another flint mesh. So sorry I'm making you watch all of this long and tedious stuff, but I just have to kind of yap here because you know, I'm probably going to wind up depending on, you know, what my schedule looks like. I might be able to get this out as a bonus video here on the, let's see here, what day is Wednesday? Here on the 14th. Depends on you know, how much editing I need to do on this, how much cutting around and whatnot. But I might be able to get this out as a bonus episode on the 14th. And I would really like to know whether or not you would prefer this to be the main series, or if you would prefer this to be the one that kind of pops up in between here and there. Because I can go either way, but I would like to hear your opinion. I need more cobble here, so I always need more cobble. Turn this into cobble. Turn this into compressed cobble and line it up. gravel. Eventually this will have its own chest to put stuff in, just because... Actually, I should do that now. So one of the best recipes in this entire pack is you can take 8 logs to make in the normal chest recipe, and it'll make you a crap ton of chests, which is nice and saves you a lot of time. Don't worry, we will not be using normal chests for very long, as there is a much better early game alternative that kind of just lasts you the entire, like, ever until you get computers, which, believe me, is going to be a while. So, as you can see, I'm getting my flint a lot faster now. And my inventory is actually about to be full. Plenty of iron, plenty of gold, and, you know, nice little trickle of all the rest of the ores. But, that iron is really what we're after right now, because that iron is going to be very, very helpful. Man, I'm getting flint out the wazoo this time around. Last time I played this, it took me forever to get all the flint I needed. I actually wound up just resorting to crafting it all by hand. Which, if you're unlucky, or, well, unless you're really unlucky, usually winds up requiring more gravel to craft than it would to just sieve it, because in order to craft gravel, it's 3 gravel per in order to craft flint, it's 3 gravel per flint, which turns into a lot of gravel, because it's 6 flint per mesh, and each mesh requires... It's 6 flint per mesh, and, you know, if each flint requires, you know, 6 or 3 gravel, you get what I'm saying. I wonder if this mod has the Shift K feature. It does? Huh. I'm so glad I learned that. Okay, there's actually something good that came out of learning, out of playing Stoneblock 4, and that is my knowledge of that. I have spent literal hours. Wait, why can't I? There we go. I spent literal hours condensing things before. I did not know that that was an option until now. That actually infuriates me. I do not need any more charcoal. That's officially wasting wood. We're going to go ahead and start smelting down some of that. In the meantime, I'm going to make some more gravel. Alright, plenty of cobble. I keep opening that menu. Alright, is that the last one? Yes, it is. Alright, fantastic. Alright, so I now have 8 iron ingots. I am going to go ahead and mine up this furnace and turn it into an iron furnace. So now it will cook things quite a bit faster and also complete a quest for us. I'm gonna toss that back in there, mine up, smelt up some gold. Okay, that is 8 flint stiffen meshes, so we are now sifting at maximum efficiency for the setup I've currently got. And then once that's done with the gold, we'll turn that furnace into a gold furnace. And then we will start smelting up some iron to turn these flint stiffen meshes into iron stiffen meshes, which will buff the resource drop rate even higher. And will start letting us sift for gold, or not gold, diamonds and emeralds, which will be a huge buff. Unfortunately, unlike the previous version of this, or the previous mod pack made by the guy that made this pack, Project Ozone 2, there are no heavy-duty sieves, which means we can't sieve compact blocks until much later. That is one feature I really do miss from the old pack. Oh, I think the furnace just finished. Yes, it did. Let's go ahead and mine that up. Gold ore. Gold furnace. Boom. I'm actually going to cook up a couple of apples real quick while I run over here and grab the orbits. Okay. Chuck all those in there. Chuck all this also in there. And then okay, we're just gonna smelt the whole stack just for the fuck of it. Alright, so this is like the main food source for like the entire freaking pack until I get a mob farm. Cooked apples are like the most amazing thing in the universe. And if I somehow run out of that, I can just eat this rock candy. It's worth like half a bar, so it's not amazing, obviously, but yeah. One thing I won't have an issue with in this pack is my coal production. Coal is abundant as shit. So I do not need to worry about that. Anywho, I now have this quest to claim, and then I have these two, which actually come with an item that allows me to upgrade a furnace instantly. So completing this quest actually allows me to get an extra really good furnace. If I go ahead and toss this like this, toss this down, I can use the iron kit and then the gold kit to immediately get an extra gold furnace, which will allow me to smelt things a hell of a lot faster because I have 2 smelting spots. Hooray. So I'm going to go ahead and smelt up some gold. Yeah. feel that I'm gonna need some. So, what does it want me to do now? I believe the next step is going to be bonsai pots, definitely. So, that's what I should have cooked up over there instead of that. Whoops. So let's go ahead and make a bit more clay, yeah? Three ought to be enough because this turns into 12. Yeah. Actually, since that's what it, so it wants me to make a crucible for one of the other quests. Yeah, unfired porcelain, which is, so I need 7. I need one more, okay. Actually, no, I didn't. I actually had the perfect amount. Oops. Whatever. Go ahead and mine up a bit more cobble. Turn it into compressed cobble, just to mine it up faster. So, okay, 1, 2, 6. Alright, 6 iron stiffened meshes. And then start smelting or sifting some dust, which will give me the bone meal that I need. In theory. Come on. 7. Alright, cool. I'll finish sifting up the rest of this then. Okay. Throw 7 of these in here. Toss this over there. What was I smelting with this gold for? Oh, right. Okay, I remember. Iron. Wood to iron upgrade. Iron to gold. So that this thing can hold a lot more than it already can. Hell yeah. Okay, 3 more iron and I can fully deck out my thing with iron meshes. And then toss that up there. How much blaze powder did I get? Only the 4. Okay. Make a bunch more cobble. Oops. Okay, new hammer. sand. And that is now a full thing of iron stiffened meshes. If I can get my hands on enough, I'm hoping I can. Come on, more blaze powder. Oof, no. Yeah, it's 9. I'm actually 1 short. That's amazing, actually. How did I manage that? Bricks. Gonna go ahead and make a bonsai pot. Toss this in here, make a hopper. Get the tab out to get the quest reward for the bonsai pot. Toss these in here to make the hopping bonsai pot. And then bada bing, bada boom. Toss this here. Toss this on top. Dirt, sapling. These ones are a lot easier to use than the ones in stone block because these ones just kind of harvest themselves. You don't have to do anything to them. So yeah. Make some torches. F7. I'm being really paranoid about lighting up my island because number one, creepers are a nightmare in this pack. And also, we are in a corallium infested swamp, like I mentioned. I remember mentioning it a little bit earlier. A corallium infested swamp is from a mod called Abyssal Craft. And one of the things that can happen in corallium biomes, and biomes from this mod in general, is mobs from those mods can spawn, which a lot of the time is very bad. So, because they deal poison damage, they deal a special type of poison damage. It just sucks. So, we're gonna be very paranoid about lighting up this area because it needs to be. Toss these in there to get cooked up. Bonsai pot done. Hopping bonsai pot done. So this will now start producing wood for me naturally. And then I really need that extra little bit of blaze powder. So we are going to make sure that I manage to get my hands on that. Okay, another 90 dust to sieve. This should, if this somehow doesn't net me 1 fucking blaze powder, I will be very upset. But it should, statistically speaking. There we go. Ooh, an extra one. Oh, now you start giving it to me. Just to rub it in the wound, huh? So now, if I take this 9 blaze powder, turn it into a blaze mesh, you're probably wondering, why the fuck are you making a blaze mesh? That actually has to do with the crucible I just made a minute ago. Crucibles have a heat source value. Normally when you start out, you'll put down a torch or a bucket of lava underneath it, which heats it up to by 3. This means that it converts it into three mega bucket. It makes 3 mega buckets of lava every second. Every second. Whereas a torch makes 1. But one of the best early games until I managed to get to the Nether. One of the best early game sources of heat for the Crucible is the blaze mesh, which is very easily obtainable from from sieving. I'm doing that because this makes making lava a lot faster. And then I can't really, and then this is the best that I can do until I get my hands on some heat sand, which requires me to head over to the Nether. So we're gonna toss that on there. And in doing so, if I toss 4 pieces of cobblestone in, you will see that it is going up. The liquid lava is going up by 30 every second, so that's good for us. All right. However, I have been going for about an hour now, and it is about 4 a.m. I am going to go ahead and call it good for the starter episode here, just because, oh, what the hell? I didn't realize I didn't get that entire tree. Anyways, I think we've done pretty good for a starter episode. We got a bit of a foundation going. We got a bunch of basic starting bits done, and all around, I'm just a little bit too tired to stay awake and do this. So we're gonna go ahead and call it good here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this series as much as I know that I'm going to. It's genuinely one of my favorite packs ever. I will say that the entire time I play this pack, and you're gonna get really annoyed of hearing it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll stick around for more, and farewell.